Hi, I'm Joe Darginio with Better Than News Media, talking about the things mainstream media won't talk about. Here are some things I found about the COVID-19 virus. These things happened years before the virus hit the scene and became an issue in our modern life. I think you'll find them very interesting. Take a look.
So we're going to look at Wuhan and Pfizer. We're going to find a lot of things here. We're going to find that according to Pfizer.com, Pfizer's presumed own website, they actually have an R&D center in Wuhan, China. And here in Wuhan, Chinese R&D Center. Wuhan, 2010. Pfizer China R&D Center Wuhan branch was established, located in Wuhan BioLake Science and Technology Industrial Park. So this particular search is going down quite a wide variety of rabbit holes, as you can see across the top of my screen here. But I went to this article by the Poynter Institute, which I didn't realize was associated with PolitiFact, which I believe I can demonstrate at another video. I will get into the bias of PolitiFact. This article, fact-checked by Myth Detector, which we'll get to in a moment, tries to apparently disassociate the appearance of all these players and organizations, BlackRock, Pfizer, Wuhan Institute of Virology, rather. In 2015, okay, so here's their explanation. Okay, so they loosely disassociated, they say that these are all partners, but not owners of Pfizer. Okay, I think we're splitting hairs there. So the claim that Fauci allegedly gave a grant to the Wuhan lab in 2015 is disinformation. However, it did get a grant to study the families of coronaviruses, and of course the Wuhan Institute is among them. And they say, well, this fact is manipulated. I don't know how we're manipulating a fact that EcoHealth Alliance did give the Wuhan Institute of Virology a grant to study coronaviruses. I think that's extremely suspicious, to say the least. So we went ahead and checked this myth detector out, and he's reviewing some claims and states, I say he, this website. Okay, so we get down here, and all this effort to disassociate these players. Okay, so the CDC allocated grant to the EcoHealth Alliance to study coronaviruses and spread from bats to humans. And EcoHealth in turn allocated $600,000 to the Wuhan Institute of Virology in Wuhan, where there also happens to be a Pfizer lab. Now, in the interest of keeping this relatively short, I wanted to jump straight ahead to something that I think is very important that nobody's talking about, and I'll tell you why that surprises me. But take a look at a search, put in something like federal ban lethal viruses, and you'll get countless articles from December 19th or thereabouts. Some of them are a day late, some of them are a month late, of 2017. We're going back 2.5, 3 years before any open press media talking about coronavirus, COVID-19, any sort of concern like that. And back in 2017, now let's keep in mind Trump was president. The United States government, in its infinite wisdom, decided to lift this ban on developing lethal viruses. And despite security risks, which apparently there were some issues a few years prior, but when they lifted this, one thing that catches my eye is this statement here. In addition, there was concern that research into transmissible pathogens, which is published, could be used to deliberately engineer a mutant virus. And this is back in 2017, they're saying this. And here's what catches my attention, is Donald Trump was president, and the media at large was extremely critical and looking for any way to make him look bad, make him look evil. Not saying he's not. I'm just saying there was an obvious attempt by most mass media organizations. So why aren't they talking about this? Because I would think that this makes him look suspiciously involved in what transpired in late 2019 and through to the current day, which is a lot of very suspicious activity involving the origin, the transfer, and the subsequent vaccine associated with COVID-19. So I hope this has been enlightening. I hope you do some homework yourself. If you've got some tips, some information that I should look at and consider into this, because as you see, I've got quite a variety of tabs open here. I'm going to be looking into this quite a bit more. The more I get you to like, subscribe, share, please spread the word, and I will continue to do this sort of thing to the best of my ability for as long as I can and as thoroughly as I can. This is obviously a bit, I'll say, thin and short, but it contains a few items that I feel are extremely relevant to the situation, and yet nobody's really talking about them. So just to give you a quick glimpse here, here's a framework for funding. This is 2017. This is in relation to the ban being lifted. I pulled up some information about Anthony Fauci that I'll be going into, but unfortunately I tend to find a lot of dead ends when I look for specific information. There's the letter of authorization. This is a renewal from our FDA. Rear Admiral Denise Hinton. And I started to look for her, and I'm finding really not much information about her work history. I have some suspicions there that I'd like to follow up on. And apparently this person is associated with Miss Hinton, and I'm trying to find more information on all of these approvals, who gave the approval, what their work history is, because I ran into part of that information and it was noticeably incomplete, particularly as it involves the personnel rather than specifically the department or the department in general, but the specific personnel who were involved in the approval of the vaccine and obvious omissions in their work history. So I'll be looking for that information and hopefully bring it to you at a later time. So that's all for this report. I hope it's been enlightening. Have a great day.